In this video, we are going to learn the difference between static and dynamic strategies and how to create custom strategies. Traders Toolbox requires a risk level, at least one trade management, and an entry and stop price before you can place an order. This is because Traders Toolbox sends target and stop OCO orders to the TradeStation server with your entry order every time you click the Place Order button. Traders Toolbox is designed to ensure that you will always have target and protective stop orders built in, so you won't have to worry about calculating fill quantities and setting OCO trade management orders each time you spot a pattern and are ready to execute a trade. Traders Toolbox offers static and dynamic trade managements, and you can set up to 5 different trade management strategies per order. Static trade management strategies create OCO orders that are sent to the TradeStation server and do not require any management or adjustment from Traders Toolbox. An example of a static trade management strategy is a 2R all-or-nothing trade management strategy. When you place an all-or-nothing trade, the OCO stop and target orders are sent to the TradeStation server and will be filled when the price action reaches either the target or stop price associated with the OCO orders. The target and stop OCO orders will remain unchanged unless you manually move the open order price lines or close the trade. Dynamic trade management strategies create OCO orders that are sent to the TradeStation server based on the dynamic management, and the OCO orders are monitored and updated by Traders Toolbox as the price action changes. An example of a dynamic trade management is a 5-minute bar-by-bar management. On a 5-minute bar-by-bar management for a long trade, Traders Toolbox will monitor the 5-minute chart and send a replacement OCO stop order to the low of the previous bar each time a new 5-minute bar begins to form. When you place a trade that includes one or more dynamic order management strategy, the open OCO orders that Traders Toolbox is monitoring will be displayed here until they are filled, canceled, or the position is closed. To build and manage custom strategies, click the Strategy Building tab. This tab has 2 sections. The top section is where we will build our custom strategies, and the bottom section is where we will manage them. To build a custom strategy, click the drop-down arrow to view and select a base strategy. For our first strategy, we are going to select all or nothing and build a 4R all or nothing strategy with a 1R stop. Once you select a strategy, the strategy parameter text boxes will appear so you can enter your custom strategy parameters that coincide with your trading plan. Notice that you are given some instructions on how to create the strategy here. For the all-or-nothing strategy, there are 2 parameters, the target R value and the stop R value. Since Traders Toolbox does not need to monitor all-or-nothing strategies, it is considered a static strategy. First, we will enter a target value of 4R, and then we will enter a stop value of -1R. Once we have our target and stop values entered, we will create a unique name for the custom strategy, and click the Add button to add the custom strategy to the list below. For our second strategy, we are going to select bar by bar and build a bar by bar strategy on the 15-minute chart. For the bar by bar strategy, there are 2 parameters, the time frame and the time of the chart to monitor the close of each new bar. First, we will pick our time frame from the drop-down list, which in this case will be minute. Then we will enter 15 for the time of the chart. Once we have our time frame and time value entered, we will create a unique name for the custom strategy and click the Add button to add the custom strategy to the list below. For our third strategy, we are going to select exponential moving average and build a strategy for a 21-period exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart. For the exponential moving average strategy, there are 3 parameters, the EMA period, the time frame, and the time of the chart to monitor the EMA. First, we will enter 21 for our EMA period, then we will pick our time frame from the drop-down list, which in this case will be minute, then we will enter 5 for the time of the chart. Once we have our EMA period, time frame, and time value entered, we will create a unique name for the custom strategy, and click the Add button to add the custom strategy to the list below. For our fourth strategy, we are going to select Move Stop and build a strategy with a target of 2R and an initial stop of 1R. We will then set a trigger to move the stop to break even when the price action reaches 1R. For the Move Stop strategy, there are 4 parameters, the target R value, the stop R value, the trigger R value, and the move stop to R value. First, we will enter 2 for the target R value. Then we will enter -1 for the stop R value. Then we will enter 1 for the trigger value. And lastly, we will enter 0 for the move stop to R value to represent break-even. Once we have our target R, initial stop R, trigger R, and move stop to R values entered, we will create a unique name for the custom strategy and click the Add button to add the custom strategy to the list below. Now that we have added some custom strategies to the list, we can adjust their parameters and tweak them as needed. To adjust a parameter on any of the strategies on the list, simply double-click on the parameter and enter a new value and then click Update to save your changes. It is recommended to update the name of the strategy to reflect any changes you make to the parameters. Simply double-click the strategy name and change the value, then click Update to save the changes. To delete a strategy, click the Delete button and the strategy will be permanently removed from the list. As you can see from these examples, you can create all the custom strategies you need to suit your trade management style. Each strategy is immediately available to use as soon as you add it to the strategies list. Simply click the Order Settings tab and select your newly created custom strategy from the Trade Management drop-down list and it will be ready to use on your next trade. Thanks for watching this instructional video on creating custom strategies in Traders Toolbox.